Hey, this is Sideline, coach of Destiny 6, bringing you the week 1 match of our run of the PAC-GMax League. Our first week opponent is going to be the Vancouver Hatennas. And, yeah, so before we start, obviously, check out my opponent's channel. I don't know whether he'll be doing uploads for this league, but he does have a YouTube channel, so do check it out. A link to that will be in the description below. Top of that, also, if you don't care about the team building and all that kind of stuff, my process into preparing for the match, you can skip to the battle. Timestamps is going to be in the description. With that said, yeah, so this is the first week, and a little bit. I was heading into it. I was a little bit nervous. It's my first match in nearly 9 months. But as it turned out, there was a little bit of complication, and I ended up doing my week 2 match before this one. So, yeah. So during the actual battle, I wasn't as nervous as I thought I would be. But going into the preparation, yes, I was, because it was my first in, like I said, nearly 9 months. But yeah, let's just quickly get through this. So firstly, let's check out my opponent's team. And as you can see, that he has actually, I think, a really strong team. In terms of, I guess, how it matches up with mine, I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't sure how it was gonna pan out. Because I don't know, it might be a little bit of rust or something. I just couldn't figure out how he was gonna plan his team. The only thing I was really sure about, I think Neuven and Entei were like the two Pokemon I knew he was gonna bring. Being a G-Max League, I imagine he would bring his G-Max Pokemon, so those are probably the only 3 that I was certain that were gonna come in. Neuven, mainly because it's his best answer to Rillaboom defensively and even offensively, and Entei is just, I think, offensively just deals with my team as a whole pretty well. Gengar, I think, even though I think it's his G-Max, I think that's why he would want to bring it, but I don't think it actually pairs well against my team. I think I have a lot of threats against it, and yeah, that was kind of what I kind of thought he was going to bring. Those are the ones I was certain. I thought Gigalith and Excadrill were coming, because that's a good offensive pairing. And the last slot was a little bit unsure. I did not see him bringing in Shelmet or Volibear. That's because my team is very knockoff heavy. So, and they are both really susceptible to knockoff. Slowking was another one I didn't really think was going to come. Because it's fairly weak with Rillaboom, and because my team's knockoff heavy. But if he did bring Slowbro, I wouldn't be surprised. Well, I would be surprised, but it would. If he brought so, it would tell me that he fears more a Cobalion. That's as a threat to my team. A threat in my team. But I don't view it as that, so I don't think he would too. So I was tossing up. Look, I didn't really know which one. I really hope he wouldn't bring Beware and Sylveon, because those two are Pokemon I just don't have tactical ideas of how to deal with them. I knew that I can deal with them just because they're both pretty slow. Sylveon's very susceptible to physical damage, which my team does really well. but Beware's also doesn't have a big threat to my team. But outside of that, I don't actually have a lot I can like bring to say, oh yes, when they bring out Sylveon or Beware, I can definitely use this Pokemon. So, well, where Rotom, I did feel like more, but I think Rotom also has added benefit of, you know, dealing with Rillaboom and some of my other Pokemons as well. And, you know, it brings the default support in relieving Noivern for some with extra some slots. It can also control my team with Will-O-Wisp. So I can see the utility of Rotom there. So those are the Pokemons those are his Pokemons and what I thought will come out. And kind of informed how I built my team. And so for the first Pokemon I was going to bring was G-Max Rillaboom. This team's pretty weak against it, in my opinion. There's only really two Pokemons that I think just do not, where he can comfortably be bringing Rillaboom, and that is obviously Noivern and Entei. With that said, I did decide to use Drum Beating. Drum Beating with matching Drum Beating with the speed investment of 148 means that I will outspeed any of his Pokemon that is after the speed drop, assuming he's speed creeping max speed Zygarde 10. So yeah. As a knockoff, good utility move, Grassy Glide gives me a priority. High horsepower, obviously it's to hit Entei. I found also, like, after two Drum Beatings and a knockoff, that should deal with Noivern. So yeah, I went with Life Orb for damage, but also give me the ability to mix up my attacks. In terms of EV, it's pretty simple. Like I said, I explained 148 outspeeds -1. His whole team -1. Assuming they try to outspeed max speed Zygarde 10. Maximum, so obviously max attack investment with adamant nature, maximum damage, investment into bulk. Nothing much to say there. For my second Pokemon, I went with Clefable. Clefable's just my defensive Pokemon against this team. There's not really much to say. This is a pretty standard Clefable set, in my opinion. I have 12 speed there just so I can outspeed any. I just outspeed any of his Pokemon trying to speed creep minimum speed or uninvested speed Clefable. So yeah. I mean, that 12 points is really... 12 points means that I have, what, 4 less HP... sorry, 2 points less of HP. It's not that big of a deal. I'm actually thinking maybe the investment is not that optimized, but whatever the case. Stealth Rock, Moonblast, Knockoff, Soft Boil, I think it's a pretty standard set. There's nothing really much to say about this Clefable set. Obviously, it would be my main switch into special attackers, Rotom, Noivern, particularly. So that's the idea of Clefable. I'll add Sylveon if it need be, but I actually have another Pokemon that I would do with Sylveon. And could threaten Beware. For my third Pokemon, I'm gonna go with I went with Zygarde 10. If his team is not very not only is his team, I feel, is struggles against Rillaboom. I think Zygarde 10 actually does really well against his team, especially once some of his other Pokemon get removed. Particularly, if he does bring his Volibee and Beware, those two I think could really tank the hits from Zygarde very well and hit back hard. Excadrill in Sand is gonna outspeed Zygarde, obviously, so that could be a bit of a problem. I went with 220 plus speed. That should outspeed his I forgot what outspeeds. It's his fastest Pokemon. So, no, not Noivern. It's Entei, I think it is. I can't remember now, but it does outspeed his Pokemon that is the highest speed, the second fastest Pokemon basically. Because it's not going to outspeed Noivern. I went with Choice Band, obviously. Or maximum damage, 252 attack. There's nothing much to say. I have 1,000 arrows. That's the main move. I really have the outrage and headbutt are just there. Because extreme speed priority could be useful, but I didn't anticipate needing to use extreme speed. Yeah, so for my fourth Pokemon, it's going to be Silvally Water. This is my main defensive check to Excadrill and Entei, those two. I went with like max defense with some pretty good attack investment with air. So I think with that attack investment, a multi-hit should Oko, Entei, and Excadrill, and do I think a 3-hit KO. I think with grassy terrain. With grassy terrain, recovery, and HP leftover recovery for Gigalith. So, any more than it would achieve the same thing. So I didn't want to waste too many EVs on that. So the rest went into bulk. Really, HP with 4 speed invest. I had 4 extra, so 4 speed investment into speed. Multi attack, obviously, super effective against the physical threats that I'm planning to put Silvally in front of. U-turn, just so I can get some momentum. Because I anticipate he will not stay in once I come in on Excadrill or Entei. Defog, just in case I want to get rid of rocks. And Tailwind is just there so that I can support my team in a way that I could foresee that could use Tailwind if I really need that speed boost, especially if I do lose my Rillaboom and Zygarde. I could really need this speed because the loss of priority would be pretty devastating, I think. Yeah, there's not much more to say there. So for my next Pokemon, it's going to be Cobalion. I wasn't sure how I was gonna deal with Cobalion. Coballion's gonna be mainly my main answer to Sylveon, I guess, but I didn't want it to be a passive Cobalion. I think when I was first going to face my first week opponent pretty much straight after draft. So I actually built Cobalion pretty much straight away. It was like one of the first ideas that came into my head, and I just didn't let it go after that. There was a bit of a delay, so I didn't let the idea go. It's a double dance Cobalion. The idea is to basically set up on something like Gigalith, which I think he might want to stay in. Set up that sand. Rock Polish would mean that I'd still outspeed Sand Rush, Excadrill, use Sword Dance, build up my attack, and then Close Combat and Iron Head should, break down his team. Not outright sweep. Obviously, the only Pokemon that would, the Pokemons that would stop Cobalion would be Slowking, Bellaby. So, but I didn't anticipate those were like kind of low down on what I think he would bring. So that's the idea. Sugar Berry, obviously, I don't want to get hit by an earthquake whilst trying to set up. Don't want to be OHKO'd by an earthquake while trying to set up or something. Obviously, this idea just breaks down if you think Gigalith would use Bulldoze or something. But yeah, max attack, 220s plus speed. That should outspeed. With a Rock Plus should outspeed Sand Rush, X-Trill. Rest went into HP, into bulk basically. There's not much to say. Close Combat Iron Head, breaks down his team. For the last Pokemon, is for my last Pokemon, it's going to be Charizard. This is a defensive Charizard, really. Even though I put max special attack investment. This is my main switching into Sylveon, really, and maybe even Beware if I feel like it's going to go for fighting moves. As such, that I really didn't. There's not really much to say, actually, really. So I have Toxic there. That's probably my main offensive tactic against Sylveon, and any Pokemon that switches in. Roost, obviously, to keep Charizard healthy. Flamethrower is the actual direct damaging move. Defog, just in case Sylveon falls, because Silvally is my main switch into X-Drill and Entei, but he can't actually switch in very much. I think he can only really switch in once or twice, and really has to probably sack itself after that. So yeah, it just give me an alternative for Defogger. Yeah, so that's really my team, and there's nothing much I can or want to say. With that said, let's just get into the battle. Alright, so week 1. Let's see what he brings. Oh, he basically brought what I thought he would. So that's good, but I'm still not sure how I'm gonna deal with some of his threats here, especially Entei. That's gonna be a hard one. I'm glad Sylveon's there. That's the big relief for me. So that does put Charizard a little bit not as useful as I would hope, but we'll see. Good luck to my opponent. Yeah. Oh, yes. What is it? Rotom. Yeah. Well, I don't want to get burnt. Yeah. That's the biggest problem. If I get burnt, this is going to be a big problem. So, I'm gonna just switch to Fatal straight away. Does it have Stealth Rocks? I know he could probably switch into like Excadrill or something, which could really threaten a lot of my team, but risk I'm gonna take. The other move I certainly should have been Knockoff, but there's also the Rapid Spin that can come from. Okay, he goes Entei. So I'm gonna switch into Savali straight away. Play a Blitz. I've had quite a bit, actually. So, I don't think he's gonna stay in. So, I'm gonna just U-turn here. Try to get some momentum. To Rotom, okay. The Zygarde. Oh wait, I forgot that he's actually not weak to electric. He's not weak to. That's my mistake. I just. Yeah, Rotom Mo is not actually weak to ground, is he? However, I think 1000 arrows should still do enough. Yeah. That's good to know. A Draco could be coming. Actually, I don't think he's gonna go U-turn as opposed to anything. However, Zygarde is pretty important. So, is it? What is? Yeah, now Zygarde's pretty important, so I can't just risk. Cobalion is actually not as useful anymore, so given his team structure. Ooh. Actually surprised by that move. Just go knock off here. If he stays in and use Hurricane, I'll be fine. I'll just soft blow off the damage. But I suspect he's going to switch. He defaults. Fine by me. I could still stay in and send another round of stealth rocks. So. Selected U-turn. It's Excadrill. It kind of needs Silvally to be healthy, so just gonna go Charizard, sack Charizard, see how it goes. Yeah, okay. was pretty confident he wouldn't stay in. Funny because I thought, you know, Valiant would be pretty useless at this in this stage, but Valiant would be really good right now. He's gonna go Wheel of Doom. Good switch. Makes sense. Tough rocks. We'll just go drum beating. Okay. That's interesting. Because that benefits me more than him. I really thought he was gonna I was gonna G-Max there. Oh, it didn't reveal the life orb, so that's useful. It's gonna take lots of damage from that. Oops, right. Max darkness. See if I'm faster now. Yeah, I should be. Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna choose at this point. Entei, yeah, makes sense. Quake. Blitz. Sense. Okay. I mean, that's kind of expected. I kind of expected that. Recoil. In terms of what I'm going to choose, I think I do want to go Silvally. Because I think he's banded, so I'm going to go into Flare Blitz, which then I can go into... What's his last Pokemon's again? Yeah, I think I'll win into like a multi-attack will... Now it's a question of what he's gonna bring. I assume it's going to be Gengar. Right, X with him. Oh yeah, with the sand it's still fair enough. Actually, I forgot about sand. Oh, okay. I'm in a bit of trouble here. Should have gone Charizard if I knew he was true standard. Yeah, I think I've just lost. Yeah, I just lost now. I realized. I think Zygarde is just too frail to take to take a hit from Excadrill. I don't know why he switch to Excadrill? Because that's... So I'm pretty sure Excadrill will just Oko Zygarde. Oh, yeah. Oops, I have Tailwind now. I forgot I have that. He has 8 turns of Sandstorm, so there's no way I can draw this out. So, oh, there's Swords Dance. Is there a Sugar Berry? Oh, what? I actually have no idea what just happened. Oh, you know what? I wasn't even thinking. I should have swapped out Zygarde. Yeah, this is not gonna. Not good. Yeah, I was stupid enough to just not summon Zygarde because I had the extreme speed on Zygarde. I completely forgot. Yeah. Well, good game for him. I think it was. That was a misplay on my end. So, yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's a loss. I just gotta accept it. Yeah, that's it. We lose our first week, which is unfortunate, but yeah, that's how it is. So, yeah. So I mean, congratulations to my opponents. That's I just mind blanked on switching out Zygarde. Yeah. Yeah, so that's how it goes. Yeah, that said, you know, like congratulations. I'm hopefully, well, week 2 we'll bounce back. A week 2 match is against the LA Guerrilla Tactics. Yeah, so yeah. With that said, like, I hope you enjoyed the match. The link to, I think he has a channel. The link to the match would have, the link to the his side, if he has one, will be in the description below. I think he does have a YouTube channel, so that should definitely be there. With that said, you know, see you next week. Hope you guys have a great day, and see ya.